All right, look at that. Fancy pants.
Yeah.
Johnny, sir, how the heck are you?
I'm all right now. I'm better now.
We're a little bit more awake than last time. Hey, we got, let's see, got E-Rock, uh, Mark, television, TV, Napoleon Dynamite.
The intro.
We got the Esther himself. What's happening over here? What's happening over there, sir? Um, and we do have good news. All products are in stock. All washes, all soaps, all oils, all butters.
Yep.
They're in stock and ready to rock. And because I'm lazy and forgot to, if you read the thing scrolling on the screen, that still works.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I forgot. So how's everybody? How's your weekend, Johnny?
Weekend was good. It was all right. You know, I finally was able to use. I took a bar of citrus chill for myself because I wasn't able to use it live when we first got it.
Yeah,
And yeah, I really like that. So that's a good soap.
yeah,
It smells
good,
awesome.
yeah, good scent.
It's a family favorite right now in the bathtub.
I am a 80s Musk soap lover
Hmm.
myself.
I haven't tried that one yet. That's the one I haven't tried yet. The other ones I've tried.
So, anything exciting happened this weekend?
um, yeah, you came down and we did beard
Oh,
stuff.
you had a visitor?
And yeah, Gary came down and you know and well, is it really down or is it across and up?
Technically, it's up.
It's up. So Gary came up and we just replenished all the stock and yeah,
A new scent that I wore today.
created a new scent. Actually, created the well, we did 2 cents. 1 cent,
Well, one of them wasn't created; it was recreated.
yeah,
The other one was an absolute brand new one,
yeah.
and we were gonna have a drop tonight, but we moved the drop till next Wednesday. So you guys will have to wait a week. Um, but the new scent smells good, and I love it. Which is funny because there's an element in this scent that I'm usually not a fan of.
Uh-huh.
It might rhyme with Coke. Oh, I forgot to say Mark's proud of you.
What did I do?
Uh, hey, Penteco, what's up? Cousin Tommy? So, Josh, no, I did not have to get new tires on a Tesla. But let me tell you what happened. So, first of all, Johnny's smart ass messaged me when I got home and says, hey, did you get home without anything crazy happening? The answer was no, sir. I did not get home without anything crazy happening. Let me tell you what happened. So, just outside of Jersey, in the Jersey Delaware line, I'm like, all right, I need to charge because I hadn't charged overnight. There was no charging place at the hotel. So, it's like, let me charge. Make sure I get home with enough battery. So I pull in a service station, and the road superchargers are back in, plug in, and on the service station, there's a Dunkin' attached with a drive-through that goes around, and the exit comes up to the front. So I walk across the parking lot to the curb area to walk, just so I'm out of the line of driving. And I'm walking, I see this car leaving the Dunkin' drive-through, and I'm walking here, and the car's coming. I'm like, cool, be clear. So the car's coming this way, and then she goes, whoop, boom, right into me and hits me. And I got a boo-boo.
Oh wow!
And next thing you know, I'm like leaning over her windshield, like, what the? And she gets out, opens her door. I think it's a younger lady. I don't know. She looks younger, but who could tell? it's weed smell comes out the car. So I'm like, all right, you're either smoking, playing with your phone, or your donuts, whatever. But you're doing something. And she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm good. I'm good." So I walk inside the service station. And I'm standing in line because I went to get a Dunkin', a drink. She pulls up and like looks and waves me down. I open the door. She goes, "I'm freaking out. Are you sure you're okay?" I'm like, "Look, take a deep breath, ma'am." I said, "I'm okay. You're okay. We're all okay. It's all right. I promise you. No big deal. Just don't hit no one else, please. Have a good day, though. Just relax." She goes, "All right." So
You should have just fell over and got up and started limping away. It really
now
freaked her
later
out.
on, I thought about that. Like I should have just like hit the ground. Like, oh, my back. You know.
Yeah. My neck and my back.
So no, one new scent next week, which is a repeat from Chesapeake Days. It's a fan favorite. Might rhyme with Smear Snow with a new name. And then the new will be probably in a month or so because I got to order the bulk ingredients, make it, and order labels or design labels. I already have one label design, but I want to do more than one to have options. Frankie J, my cousin, Frankie J, we were separated at birth. We're cousins. Don't you see the resemblance? Rock'em, sir. Yeah, Jonnie needs a charger at headquarters. I agree.
Who's gonna pay for that?
I don't know.
I don't have an EV. Well, at least not yet. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We changed every time my wife sees a car and she wants to buy it. She's like, "I want to buy that. Want to buy that. Want to buy this one." So we may end
That
up.
sounds like me. You sound like my wife right now when I talk about things. Every time you see a car, you're like, "I want that one. I want that one."
Yeah,
Oh, look, a homeless Bronco. Look, go to the.
She was looking at the Hyundai. I think it's the Iconic Q, Icon Q or Iconic. They're all electric, so we would eventually get a charger at the house if she got one of those.
If you go EV, don't do a Hyundai EV.
I don't know. I know this mom that has one, and she's got nothing but good things to say about it. So it's like, and I looked at it and everything. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
One, the problem is not all EVs are usable at Tesla superchargers. So if you drive, because like the which EV is it? I saw the video. He just tested this EV, and he says, "Let me see if I could trick Tesla supercharger into taking my car." And it's got the adapter, plugs in, but then it says this car is currently not allowed to charge it because there has to be like an agreement or something. Yeah, so be careful. Hijita. My tobacco pipe to enjoy some Schurz. There you go.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to make sure everybody gets their 5 seconds of fame here. Anyway, figure out what rhymes with Smear Snow yet. So yeah, so that's what happened on my way home. But I will say it was pretty uneventful as far as being in Jersey, although Jonnie and I normally at least go to lunch at a cool place or something that's delicious. So he goes, "Where do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't care. Like literally, I will eat just about any cuisine." So we went to some, what was it called?
The
Vision Cafe. But what kind of cuisine was it?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember, but Colombian maybe? I don't know.
No.
But the sign said New Jersey's best empanadas. So I'm like, cool. Let's just go in here. Fine, it works for me. Well, we had an empanada. I had a chorizo and cheese. It was good. I mean, the
empanada was good.
But my dish I ordered was something tico, which was basically 3 giant chicken taquitos covered in lettuce and then ketchup and mayonnaise swirl on top.
Yeah.
And Johnny's torta, which wasn't a torta, it was a flat tortilla with a burger on top with lettuce and mayonnaise and ketchup on top.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It was the weirdest thing. Now, the french fries were good, but it was the weirdest thing ever. The empanada was probably the star of the show, although I wouldn't call it the best empanada I've had.
Nah.
But then again, I haven't had all the empanadas New Jersey has to offer. So at this point, it is the best in New Jersey, but it's not the best that I've ever had.
Right.
Um,
I remember that place being a little better than that. I got nauseous from my food. Like I was just
yeah,
like
after you ate it, I remember.
I was not feeling good at that about that meal. I was all like messed up about it. Anyway,
So yes,
came home and I told my wife about it, and she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yes." She said, "That place looks so good," because she doesn't eat there because
yeah.
they don't have anything for her. But she goes, "That place looks really good." I was like, "I know it looks good from the outside." When we went in there and we actually got the food, it kind of sucked.
Josh, it was not what you would expect when you order a torta. It truly was not. It was basically a flat corn tortilla that didn't even look toasted or grilled on a plate with like a burger and stuff on it, a dump of lettuce, and ketchup and mayonnaise swirl on top. It
I don't know if
wasn't
he's talking about the food or is he talking about tortas.
now tortas, yes, right? I will say, and then we did stop by the chocolate shop that we've been to before, which is kind of a weird but small chocolate shop, and we got uh, Dubai chocolate bars.
Which was really good.
So yeah, after we came home, my son and I partook, and it was actually pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it was
wasn't
good.
like the inside wasn't as creamy as the other ones I've had. It was more crunchy. Um, but yeah. So he says, "You want to try some dark good tacos? Look for Bar Taco in Vienna." Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Iraq, we will. He says, "Ricks, you ain't no chavo del eight." I don't know what that means. I get another home cooked Thai dinner on Saturday. Yeah, yeah. Keep bragging, Mark. Blah blah. Mark's found him a mama's son, and then he's getting
Okay.
all this home cooked Thai food.
Nice, nice.
Although mama sounds the wrong thing because that's what Japanese. So I don't know what you call.
Neither do I. No idea.
Yeah. And Johnny and I are both bald today. I started the show bald, um, but yeah. So we didn't, and then we called it a day. Like it was 6:30
Yeah, it was
roughly,
almost
and
7. Yeah,
Johnny went to bed because he
I
was
went right to
exhausted.
sleep. I was all
And
messed up. Yeah.
I went back to the hotel. I ended up ordering some food from a place called Honey Go. I basically got chicken stir fried noodles, but the chicken tasted like it came out of a can and it wasn't flavorful. The noodles were good. The brownie was tasty, but that's it.
Yeah.
And I had a never mind. But yeah, so I had a beverage.
Yeah, I
But
was
I,
all I was basically like fighting for my life on Saturday because Friday night I went out Friday night and I had a lot of videos to post and things like that that I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm gonna post this on my Instagram and stuff like that. But I just ended up deleting and everything. Um, but yeah, I went
we
out
got
to
what we call white girl wasted.
uh, yeah, like yeah, I don't even remember a lot of it. So my buddy was like sending me videos and pictures and stuff like that, and I say, wow, I really don't remember any of that. So um, yeah, and it really made me think like I have to reevaluate like how I uh, do things when I go out. So like it made me take a look at myself and like because I like to go out and have fun. I like to remember. I like to be able to post and have stories to tell and all that stuff. But like when you go a
Would
little
you
too
like to
hard.
share with the class the delicious yet disgusting drink you had?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I so where I was, it was a bar, and then on in the base. Well, actually, it was a brewery. It was a microbrewery here in Jersey, and the basement they made into like a kind of like an underground like nightclub thing. So it was it was 70s. 80 no it was 80s 90s and 2000s night like music themed. um so they had drinks that were from the music times. So I had the Purple Rain, and it's like some kind of blueberry drink with vodka, and it was very sweet. And that wasn't what like that's the first drink I got. I was like, oh, I got to get a themed drink just because it's that's the kind of night it is. And so like I got that one, and it was blueberry and had vodka and some other things in it that made it purple, whatever. I forgot the recipe, what the ingredients. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want a sweet drink anymore. I like a more heavy, bittery, um, you know, drink. So like I drink straight whiskey. So like I got myself a double Jameson on the rocks, which is like just a big cup. And the guy who's pouring it, he was just like, here, and he just kept pouring it. He filled the glass. Like you're not supposed to really fill the glass. You're only supposed to put the ice and then like just put it. But he like filled the glass. So I had a full cup of just straight Jameson whiskey, and I get some of it down, and I have some of my blueberry drink, and I'm like, hey, I'll mix these two together because the blueberry's sweet and the whiskey's like like that. So I did. I mixed the blueberry puree into the Jameson, and I had a blueberry Jameson. And it was good at the time. It was really, really good at the time. And I ordered another one. And that was my last one because
and another one and another one.
I ordered another one. It was my last one because after I got it down and all that stuff, then the blueberry aftertaste with the whiskey, it turned bad on me like that night. So and then that was all I was tasting the next day. It was awful. So I'll never do that again.
So he created and hated a new drink in one night.
I don't recommend it.
So if you guys want to go out and order the Jonnie Grooms, it's a Jameson with blueberry puree. The bartender say, "Yo, give me a Jonnie," and they'll know what you mean.
I think if he didn't put so much blueberry in there, it probably would have been okay. But
maybe you looked like a guy who enjoyed his purees.
I don't know. He never heard of it anyway. He was like, okay, and and he just did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. That was my Friday. That was Friday night.
That was your Friday, which created a slumberish Saturday for Jonnie.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been wrecked before and all that stuff, but like I'm an old man now, so
I would agree. You are an old man.
Can't do it like I used to. Definitely can't do it like I used to. I used to be able to soldier on and just like suck it up, and just have a regular normal day, but not anymore, man.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fatherhood for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, and now that it's been announced on Facebook, I can announce it here. My oldest son, who's 25, him and his girlfriend are expecting, so I'm going to be a grandfather.
He's going to be a grandpa.
I'm going to be a poobah.
I'm going to call you Gigi.
And my wife is going to be a non-E. You do not call me Gigi. I will punch you in your Gigi. My great grandmother, we called her Grandma Gigi. So you don't call me Gigi.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I am Poobah.
Grandpa Gary.
Poobah. No.
Okay.
Poobah. Not Puma. Puto. I'm Poobah. And my wife is, since our nieces and nephew call her Aunt E, since she's an E, the granddaughter will call her non-E, like Nani, like Nanny or Nana, but Nani. Yeah, and I'm going to be, so Mark Brown is the grandpa too. And at this point, they're saying it's a girl, so.
Oh, look at you.
So that brings me into my topic. Tata Gilu. Not Gramp Gilu. Gramp Lou. No. Mark, you're fired.
Grump Lou.
So I don't know if it's maybe just my social media feed, which my wife's probably going to say it is, but I've seen. Thanks, TV. I appreciate that. I know some of you guys aren't on Facebook, and that's where you're pop. I thought about that, but I'm like, that's too common. Poobah from the Flintstones, the Grand Poobah, the World Order, the Buffaloes.
Gotcha.
So I'm like Poobah. Anyways, I've seen a lot. This has happened. A few ladies have done this. First of all, I think all these ladies who are deciding to make themselves or their bodies an entrepreneur and do OnlyFans stuff is kind of weird. Like, do a real job. But anyways, I digress. But the new thing is, and I saw this one today, that this, we'll call her an actor, goal, she wants to set a record of this summer, wants to have 5,000 occasions.
I saw this.
Now, we already had that person who did like so many hundred in a day. Someone did so many in an hour. Like, first of all, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why? Second of all, where's your dad?
Yeah, that's gross.
And why are people I don't want to say celebrating because that might not be the right word for this, but why are people encouraging this? Or because basically, if you watch it, you're encouraging it, or you find like, and if you ever get married, if you discuss past partners and like, oh yeah, 5,000 in the summer, be like, that's probably more times than you would have relations with one single person in your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, if you do this twice a month for a year, that's 24 times 10. That's only 240. So you're still like, if you're that, if that's your number, then you're still way behind 5,000. So, hold on, all these. Let me go. Grump ass. There you go. Grump ass Lou. Thanks, Mark. Abulito. Yeah. You call me AG. Bop Bop. Yeah, you're Bop Bop, not Pop Pop. I remember that. His grandson calls me Pops. Frankie J, I can see you being a Pops. Yeah. So what is the chat and you? What's your thoughts on it? I think I don't know if I would be publicizing that. Like, why would that be a goal?
Because it makes her money. You know, it will make her money. Like,
but do you think it hurts the general perception that men have on women? I think it does.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it all depends. Like, eventually she will find somebody that will like overlook all that. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I could be that guy that overlooked it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, that was your past. No, I mean, I would.
It's like, yeah, I was thinking about this earlier because like I don't know if you listened at all to anything about the Puff Daddy trial.
I try not to.
Well, like
I know pieces, but
the girl, I think her name is Cassie.
Yes.
The things that she like was involved in those like those freak off parties.
So I don't fault her.
It's like
I fault him. I think there's reasons why she was stuck.
Yeah, but I'm like, how do you, it's like while that was happening, like she like was she was engaged, she was getting engaged, or she was with the guy who she eventually married. While that stuff was happening, and he still like he knew like everything that she went through and everything, and he still married her and had like 3 kids with her and all that stuff. So like, I don't know. I guess
you think that might be different than 5,000 occasions in the summer?
Yeah. I mean, it's still like, I don't know. In my opinion, still.
Can you say could you do that and still make the case that you're a person of morals? Could you?
I'm trying not to judge too harshly here, but I don't know.
Because
I personally wouldn't like. I wouldn't entertain someone like that myself, but
and I'm not trying to judge her. Like, hey, it's her body, her choice. I support that. I just think ladies do better. I mean, you could do better.
Something's going on here. I don't know what it is.
And I don't have daughters.
Are we lagging, guys? Or is it just me?
Just you.
Maybe it's just
you're a lagger.
I'm not lagging on Restream. I'm lagging on looks like on YouTube, on the YouTube end.
But as a father, if your adult daughter was into that, what would you think? Or what would you pull her in and say, honey, dear, let's have a talk? Or would you be like, hey, you're an adult, do what you want?
I probably would like, try to just advise her and guide her as best as possible.
Because you go to the barbershop and be like, oh, hey, Johnny. Oh, hey, we just heard about beep, beep doing beep, beep. Like,
punch him in the mouth.
Right? But at that point, though, would you be justified with violence if that they were just a viewer of something that, right? So it's not their fault.
Yeah, it's just rage would take over.
Yeah, we don't want to hurt feelings, Jason. But so I'm of the mindset of I think it's terrible. I wish they would do better, but I do blame men for making that type of lifestyle lucrative because it's our fault. If it wasn't for guys watching it and
Yeah,
paying for it,
true.
there wouldn't be a thing, right?
Yeah,
So I think society, come on, you got to step it up, do a little better. But I feel bad that like this is my goal for this summer. I'm like, my goal for this summer is to not get sunburnt, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Mark, I would agree with that.
I don't know.
Did I leave my light over there?
Yeah, I told you that.
And did I not take the dart? I think I
Right.
did.
I told you that.
I left both of them there.
Yeah, and I said,
Oh,
like, do
I
you
was
want me to add
confirming.
this anything to your package, like
Oh,
that I'm
nah.
sending you? And you said no. So
Oh yeah, I didn't know if that's. I didn't understand. I didn't understand, Johnny. But that smells delicious. So I have started my carnivore again. I started it Monday.
all right.
So it's going.
I haven't done anything diet wise.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was I saw that thing. It kept popping up, and I was like, this is not the first time in the last few months I've seen something like this. I said, well, let me ask the chat and then Johnny, what are their? Because if this was still the dad beer show, like we would talk about it. Because as a dad, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of that.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would want to watch that either. Like, I don't even know the things. Is it just like one
And
on
I don't
one,
know.
or is it like
No, I think it's like I don't know. See, and that's the thing. I didn't
revolving door?
read
Or
into it, so I don't know if it's continuous because I think that would be very traumatic
yeah,
and problematic. Um, like the one who just did like 1,000 something, some girl, she was in the hospital for a few days afterwards.
ridiculous.
So yeah, I mean, obviously as a guy, ain't no guy doing 5,000 in the summer. That's not happening. But yeah, so I didn't read into this. I don't know what the name is and how you find all that stuff because I didn't want to know. So I didn't want to read the article. I just saw the thing come across the feed, and I'm like, what is the world coming to?
Yeah.
And the odds are this will make her millions of dollars in viewership and subscriptions or whatever the process is.
Yeah, or it will completely flop and she'll not make much and she'll put herself through all that for
Right.
basically almost
So
nothing, you know?
so if it's hey, if it does well for her, good for her. If it doesn't, I mean maybe she'll try not to be judgy, right? But it's
Yeah.
hard. Everybody judges things. It's just how at what level you judge. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't encourage anyone I know to do it. I think the way to support people like that is not support it. Don't subscribe. Don't be better.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was weird, and it smells delicious in here.
What it making?
They're making General Tso's chicken and orange chicken. It's that real good brand. If you've
Okay.
seen it,
Well,
that's what we like. So it's pretty good.
I had
But
leftover mac and cheese from the pot
I'm
from
gonna
dinner.
have some chicken probably.
That's what I had for dinner.
Mac
The
and cheese.
kids had mac and cheese and I had a couple spoonfuls. So
Mac and cheese.
that's my dinner.
Is there anything that you did and chat chime in? Like, come on, you guys are part of this. We love you. Is there anything you did as a kid, either allowed or not allowed, that you would be adamantly against your kids doing today?
Yeah. I gotta say I was a perfect child from
That's a lie.
perfect child. Everything I've ever did molded me to the person I am
Your
today.
parents ain't watching this.
So yeah, I can't think of anything. maybe a couple of like breaking and enterings. I would not let want my children to do that. But that was a great time. I mean, like I didn't take nothing. I didn't. But it was a weird time in my life, man. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know.
You want to know? Mine's not breaking and entering.
A B&E here and there,
My friends and I, because we were bored, we used to go around and we had an abundance of bullfrogs in our area.
Uh-huh.
We would go around and play golf with bullfrogs.
Oh,
Now as an adult, I'm like, that's pretty effed up. That's mean.
that's pretty.
So I
neat.
wouldn't want to do that. So I wouldn't want my kids. If my kids come on saying, "Hey, we just whacked a bunch of frogs with golf clubs," I would be like,
I wouldn't even think
No.
of doing that.
Cousin Tommy says, "Bullshit, Johnny."
Hey, I'm
perfect angel.
perfect angel child. All right.
Didn't you get kicked out of Catholic school?
Yeah, but not for anything malicious. I was just a bad kid. I had a lot of energy.
Jason with a comment of the night. Oh, Jason, that was great. Perfect childhood, JG. Shopify determined that was a lie. Yeah.
If you ask my mom, I was an angel, 100%.
See, Mark did it with the baseball bats. You know what? Well, my mom would not tell you I was an angel. I don't think your mom would say that either.
I think she would. She would totally say that. She'll say, "Not mine, not my."
You know what? I can tell you, with the exception of Kellen and Peyton and John, my son is a much better human than I was at his age.
Same, my kid too. My son,
Yeah.
100%
My oldest son,
way better kid than me.
my oldest son followed in my footsteps. Was a turd. I mean, he's working on straightening that out. Kellen,
Tell me you heard what you said.
I did.
You said my son, with the exception of Kellen, Peyton, John.
No, I meant to say John. Yeah, I said so. Yeah. So, with the exception of Kellen and John, my son Peyton's much better than I was.
Kellen's not better than you? I think that's a lie.
No, because Kellen talks about selling weed at school and his coke dealer. I mean, he doesn't do that.
Because I make a whole bunch of money from all the weed I sell.
See? No, but Kellen and Peyton are both much better humans than I was at their age.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty decent at 17. At 15, I was a little knucklehead. I didn't go to jail. No, I've never stayed in jail.
Neither have I.
More than an hour.
No, I've never been in jail. For my job, I've been in a jail, but I've never been in jail or like stayed. That's what I'm saying. I never stayed in jail because at work I've gone in them. I've never been in a holding cell. I may have been handcuffed to a bench, but that doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding. Because we used to have a bench and you handcuff people to. Anyways.
Yeah, I could say the same thing. My son is a much better kid than I was at his age.
Is he?
Better? Oh yeah, way better.
How about
Lulu?
Lulu?
Oh yeah, her too. Yeah, like an angel baby up there.
It's funny you knew who I was talking about. I don't want to say her first name, but I always say it blank blank. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, both of them. They're both perfect kids.
Mark, you were a hooligan.
They need to brush up on their chores and not fighting us when we ask them to do something, but everything else like school, behavioral wise, outside the home.
Yeah, I'd come to Johnny's house and his poor little children, like little indentured servants, are sitting there sweeping and vacuuming, all sad look on their face, their hair's all matted. They're like they haven't eaten in 3 days until their vacuuming's done. I'm like, what's the matter? He goes, kids need to learn.
It's such a lie. Oh my god, those kids get weighted on head and foot. It's because
I mean, you only let them have 2 scoops of ice cream, so that's pretty jacked up.
Hey, we gotta draw the line somewhere.
In E-Rock, I can see you as being calm and quiet because that's kind of your demeanor based on my interactions with you. I can see that. But we all want our kids to be better than we were. I mean, I think that would be a general,
of course,
statement.
That's the goal. You gotta level up.
One of my guys at work was like, I want to be like you one day. I was like, no, you don't. You want to be better and do more than I do. You never say you want to be like somebody.
Yeah. Only you can.
This is Mike. Be like Mike. Because that's what they told us as a kid.
Hmm.
Be like Mike.
Like Mike Tyson. Bang.
Wrong Mike.
Yeah, I mean, my son's constant honor roll student. Really, it's values his grades and his school life and all that stuff. I didn't give a damn about school at all. Yeah, I was always getting in trouble, stuff like that. I was a problem child.
I think the school painted me as more of a problem child than I really was. So let me take you down memory lane. 6th grade. I'm new to the school. Someone who's a friend now and a very nice lady, Miss Pamela Thompson, who is a rambunctious, light-skinned, dark-haired, freckle-faced deviant. She would cause hell, poke me, talk me, laugh, all this stuff, and then when I responded, she'd sit quiet, and the teacher would be like, "Gert!" I'm like,
she's setting
"I'm
you
not
up.
doing nothing."
She set you up.
Pamela, every freaking time, every class. Does Gary know to just ignore Pam? No. 6th grade Gary doesn't know to ignore Pam, right? Which, if you've ever met Pam, which my wife knows her because they grew up together, she knows this is Pam's MO.
Oh,
She's a sneaky deaky. She's just a little deviant. Now she's a nice lady. She's an adult now, but as a kid,
I would
she's
hope
not a smart ass. But as a kid, she was, and we had a few girls like that. Another one, her name was Dee Dee. It's Dean Gooden's sister, matter of fact. Dean who comes in. Who I haven't seen Dean in a hot minute. Well, we're also on very early. It's 4:00 there. He's at work. So yeah. So it was always like, "Oh, your son talks in class." And I'm like, "No, it's Pam. Quit blaming others. Blah blah blah. Nah nah nah." I'm like, "All right."
Stop dying in fire, Gary.
Yeah.
So yeah. So no, I wasn't the problem, like you, sir. It was Pam Thompson.
You want to know what I told the kid who was talking today when they pointed at somebody else?
What?
Take accountability for your own damn actions and quit worrying about everybody else in the room.
Oh, I don't worry about everybody else in the room, ma'am. I wouldn't have had any actions had Pam left me alone.
All you had to do was keep your mouth shut.
Have you met me? Is this the first time we've ever?
That's your learning experience. You need to learn. Keep your mouth shut.
No.
Says the teacher of middle schoolers.
No.
Learn accountability for your own actions.
No. No, ma'am.
Yeah. The girl didn't force you to talk.
Yes. And I would move seats, and guess who would move too? Pam Thompson.
Wow. She really liked you then. That's what it was.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think that's what it totally
But
was.
Pam also got pregnant and had a baby at 15, so that's what happened to her.
That's all
Serve
that
her
talking.
right.
All that talking. That's what she gets. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Someone got her to stop talking at some point. What am I saying? These kids have all this thing. Oh yeah, they don't have to leave the house. I could tell you. I think our lives would have been vastly different had we had social media and video cameras in our hand and everything.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah.
Some of us would be in jail.
I don't know if I had technology now. I probably
you would definitely be in jail.
I probably I don't know. I was
You'd
really
recorded your B&E.
I was really into playing video games and stuff like that. So like and like, I didn't come from a lot of money, so like, we didn't always have like the newest video games and stuff like that. So
you went to Catholic school.
Yeah, that's different.
You were poor?
That's spending money on education. So like it's different than buying stuff. So like I didn't have a lot of like material things.
I feel like you're not being very honest, John.
No, I'm serious. And so like, I would
heard stories about your parents, and you're saying you grew up poor. That doesn't mesh up with what I hear about your parents.
I grew up poor. I just didn't have like, I didn't have.
Okay, you might not have had money, but your parents probably did.
Well, I didn't have a lot of like video games and stuff like that. So like, if I had the technology now growing up, I probably would be a different kid, maybe, because I'd be really preoccupied with everything else. As soon as like I was able to get my own like game system and computer and all that stuff, I didn't leave the house. I was like stuck there. I was playing, World of Warcraft for years, and
I had an Atari 2600. Did you
and
have one of those?
when I was when I was able to pay for like my own Xbox and Xbox Live, I didn't leave. After school, I would come home and just play. I would home play and all that stuff when I wasn't working, and yeah.
Yeah, I think the youth today need a good old go outside and come back when the street lights on. That's what they need.
Yeah,
because that's what we did. My parents would be like, when the street lights on,
that's how I did it. That's why I got in a lot of trouble.
in the summertime in Arizona, that was like 9:30. By the time the street lights came on. In the wintertime, it was 5, which sucked.
But like, I got in a lot of trouble. I did a lot of stupid stuff, but I had a lot of fun at the same time. So like,
I will say, maybe there's aspects I would change, but overall, yeah, I mean, everything that happened shaped us to how we are. So
yeah, exactly.
Right, and it gives us our perspective on life. I mean, there's some aspects of my life that I wish were different. I mean, I think everybody has that.
Oh yeah. Like if you can go back, I feel like everybody has those key moments that if they had the DeLorean and they just had the time, to go back and change like 2 or 3 key things. I think everybody has 2 or 3 key things that they would change, because those key things like set you down the road of disaster. If you could just get, those obstacles out of the way, that whole like wave of bullshit that happened after that horrible decision you made wouldn't happen. So like, I feel like everybody would have that. Like, I know I definitely have like at least 5 or 6 of life events that I would go back and completely just stay home those days.
Well, so my parents decided to move us from the big city to a small podunk town at the beginning of junior high. I used to hate that, and I would always change that. I would have stayed. But had that not happened, had I not moved, I never would have met my wife.
Yeah.
She's probably like, damn it.
She goes, so that's what I need to change.
Right? So if ever gets a DeLorean, she's going to go back to the summer of 1991 and be like, ha, you're not moving. Slash those tires. Right? Are you not listening now? You listen all the other times.
Huh?
Huh? That's funny. I definitely think that I definitely would have not gone to rush to go work because I wanted my own money, and like I would have definitely.
I had a job at 14. I had to do that.
I worked. I had to. I didn't have to, but like I went to work at 16, and at high school and stuff like that. So like I would have not rushed that, and I would have concentrated more on my grades and building like lifelong relationship friends with my classmates. I think that's one of the things that I definitely would have done, and you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I agree. Now, when I say I had to work, it wasn't like a social economic reason. Like, it wasn't a family reason. It was if I wanted something, I had to buy it for myself, because my parents were like, no, we don't need it. So
me too.
At 14, I got a job as a bus boy. And then afterwards, I was able to go across the street, buy ice cream, and go to the batting cage. I mean, that's what we did.
Yeah, that's the reason why I went to work, because I wanted my own stuff,
Jonnie, is the oil we're releasing next Wednesday coming with a butter?
Yeah.
You better believe it. Yeah.
How long were you working on that one?
It's actually pretty fast.
I know. You better believe it.
I was going to say you bet your butter on it, but then
your butter
believe it.
Your butter dollar. Your butter dollar on
your butter dollar. And it's so expensive. I mean, I think we're breaking the bank on this one. It's going to be $12.
Yep.
12. dollar.
$12.
Now I will tell you, you guys have most of you've had this scent before. It's not identical. There's been a slight change because of manufacturer on some fragrance, but it'll be as close as I could get it. So I think you'll still like it.
Yeah, I think that because I'm wearing it now, it's I like it. I like it a lot. You want? Do you think we should show the label, or wait for that release?
Whatever you want to do. I don't. No date, Mark.
I can't believe it's.
Ask the chat. Ask the chat. Chat. Do you want Johnny to show you the new, or do you want to wait? I think they're gonna say, "Show me the money."
Yeah, gaming was different back then. It was just I just had NES, and then I was able to get my own PlayStation and all that stuff.
Yeah. Mark's grandson said, "Bop bop, I don't like that one." It depends. You'll get at least 5 to 6 hours if splash of water does wake it up. So it just really depends. I mean, everybody's something I say strong, John can say is weak. Like it really depends on your chemistry. So I would say you can get a good business day out of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I still smell what I have in. Oh, so good. Johnny's not the biggest fan of this newer scent that we've never done before. I actually like it. I like both versions of it.
I know that even though like I'm not a huge fan of it, I know people will like it. Because it's not a bad scent. Like it's not something that like I would not wear. It's just not one of my favorites, but I know people are gonna like it. I definitely know. I know people will like this one.
And it was pseudo inspired by a band. No, we're not gonna have the band's name on the label and stuff, but you'll know who it is. It's definitely not a 2 to 3 hour duration. E.
No. I think any of our scents.
Now we're not overpowering, but we're not weak. Like it's a well balance. It was done with purpose. I guess they said show it. Mark's the only one that said not. So Mark, close your eyes. Are your eyes closed, Mark? Are your eyes closed?
Oh, I don't even have it. Oh, yeah, I do.
Mark? Everybody, wait for Mark to close his eyes.
How's he gonna type with his eyes closed? All right. So I'm gonna show it. Okay. And it's a different kind of label and everything.
It is the first in our Black Label series, which Black Label is mainly for older stuff or stuff that is limited.
It's got a black top. We're transitioning into black toppers. So when these go out, some will be white, some will be black.
Mark, you close your eyes now. Josh can't see. Oh man,
I can't see. All right, I'm just going to show it. So here we go. There it is. That's the new one. It's called Harvest,
which is formerly known as Scarecrow.
So you can see the foliage in the back.
Yeah, the fall leaves.
Blackness. The fall leaves. Yeah. And that's it with the black topper. That's the first of the black line because the labels will have this black theme to it with the logo, with a dark logo.
We almost went with that style of label for everything. We were torn.
Yeah. It looks good. I dig it. I like this look. Like for black label stuff, like it's a good look right there. It smells great. It smells really good.
Yeah. Like I said, it is slightly different than the original, but we either could have done it or not done it because one of the ingredients the manufacturer had to adjust for reasons, and we got what we got.
Yeah.
So Mark was a really big fan of this scent called Happy Now. But if I remember right, Happy Now was part of Alley Cat, so that won't come back.
Yeah, we can't do Happy Now. I don't remember what Happy Now smells like. I know I
Happy Now was
I think it's one of the
orange
ones I
blossom,
didn't get.
lemon, and vanilla.
It's one of the only ones I didn't get from.
It was a little soft, florally, and sweet.
Hmm.
Mark loved it. It was inspired by the song "Happy Now" by No Doubt, which on a video I did for it, No Doubt liked my video.
Nice.
Yep. And we changed the name to Harvest just to have to be different, old but new, right? So
Yeah.
those
And
who
it-
know will know.
And it's like you can wear it all year round. You know, we didn't want to. We didn't want to like corner it as just a fall scent. Kind of deal because you can harvest things all year round. There's different.
And Scarecrow was my best selling scent in the lifetime of my businesses, and people wore it year round. Like it sold all the time.
Yeah, Scumbag Joe's is still good. I got that in my bathroom. It's one of the ones I have in my bathroom.
Yeah, see, Ellie liked Happy Now.
It was delicious.
Happy Now was good. It was just more on the floral side. So if you remember the scent I had called Phoenix, which is basically was lemon and vanilla, it may be something else. Happy Now was an evolution of that. Somebody said, "Hey, I really miss this scent. You should bring it back." It's a name that I haven't heard in a while. Southern Charm. You remember that scent?
No.
Oh, I'll tell you offline. But
I didn't get a lot of all your scents, but I got all of Alley Cat scents except Happy Now.
Yeah, I think Chesapeake, you came in on the bottom half of that.
Yeah.
Kind of when we did the Star Wars double release and it came in that fancy box.
Yeah.
Because you were one of the 10.
Yeah. I still bought a few. Like I got I bought I don't know, the first oil I bought, one of the first oils I bought from small batch companies was Old 57.
Oh.
That was one of my first ones. It was really good too. I like
know the story of that? So Old 57 was actually originally the collab with Matt No BS.
Yeah.
And then he decided he wanted to go a different route. So I'm like, well, I already have this set done and I like it. So I kept it.
I like that one. It was it was like butterscotch or something like that.
It was butterscotch, bourbon, and some other stuff. So I called it Old 57, put the old Chevy on the front.
Yep.
And then Matt's ended up being a oil, butter, and balm. All three were a different scent that you can change and combine. And like the oil and balm would be one profile, oil and butter would be a different. You wear the butter by itself, it's just this. You wear the oil. So you had basically like, I don't know, 9 or 10 combos you could have had.
I had that. That was really good. That was really, really good. It was a great idea too.
Brand new unopened combo of Avenged, 250 gets it. I might have a combo of Avenged.
Oh, I got Avenged. I have a brand new unopened few.
Which one is that? Because I have all of American Classic scents and none of them smell like Scumbag. None of them. Oh, Sending Sunrise.
Yeah, I got that one too.
That will come back. I've had conversations with him. He wants more. So that'll come back.
Yeah, we can do that again. That was I like that scent too.
Yeah.
What if we should change the name or leave it the same? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. It had a lot of stuff in it. But I do have that written down, I believe.
I like this having to be able to bring back an old scent. Could be permanent, could be limited. They don't, we don't know, and then making new scents at the same time. So we
have a lot of new scents sitting in the tray in their little jars. That
we have a lot.
Hey, look at that, Bearded Chief. Evening, sir. Thank you for coming by. I do appreciate it. Johnny appreciates it too, but he's the silent type.
Well,
But
you say it all for me, so it's all good.
Mark says bring back shirts. Mark had a lot of the Avenues and Alleys shirts,
Uh-huh. Speaking
which
of
I
old
still think
shirts,
was a great name.
I wear this one pretty
Yeah, that was the
I wear it to,
Launchbox shirt.
yeah, the Launchbox shirt. Yeah. It's a really good shirt. I wear this shirt a lot. You have no idea how much I wear this shirt.
I will tell you, I think the Launchbox for Alley Cat was tremendous. Like I thought that was really cool. Big
Yeah.
box, all the stuff in there. You had the VIP. Did you have the VIP lanyard?
Yep.
Yes. Like the backstage, going to backstage concert lanyard.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool,
That
right?
was real cool.
Yeah. I have to do something like a lanyard thing like that for retro for something.
I don't
'Cause
know.
I
I
really
know
like
my box is somewhere because I didn't let them throw it away when they tore down the walls down here before I put the new ones up.
Yeah, a lot. I think Mark still has his box. I know Chris still has his box. And Ruckus, the cat, signed all the boxes.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a box, but I didn't keep one.
Mm.
But I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was different as far, you mean, launching the brand. It was interesting. You mean, yeah. The hat, yes. Yeah, you still have it. And yeah, Mark was the first one to buy one because we did do giveaways. And I sent it to a few. Oh, Mark has 2 boxes. How'd you get? Oh, I think he bought. Did you buy a box from somebody?
2 boxes. Wow.
I can't remember too because it had every product was in there. It was a loaded box. I can't remember what I charged for it. And it came with a shirt. The pre-orders came with a shirt because I had to get your shirt size to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the boombox one, that was the boombox box. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I always tried to do some creative things to give the customer that experience.
Yeah.
I've been trying to design or come up with a design for a box for retro that would be cool. Problem is I come up with it was $250 a box. Dang. Why was that so expensive? But I mean, it had, how many oils and butters was there? There's a lot. There's oil and butter of every scent, wash, conditioner, the biotin gummies, the shirt. Oh, and the backstage pass thing came with a special discount code.
Yeah. It was like 15% off or something like that.
No, it was more than 15.
Oh yeah, it was like a one-time use. Damn it! I used to have it on my doorknob, and now it's like it's gone.
Yeah, I didn't keep one of those for me either. You think I would have done these things,
Yeah,
but I didn't anticipate then that I was going to. Ooh, see, Chief, that is a good idea. So I've kind of thought of like a record player, old turntable. But the one that sticks in my head the most is doing like the old TV, like we have in our background. I think a box that looks like an old TV would be cool, but we also could do many variations.
Oh, we could do it. There's so many things that we could do.
Yes, and it did come with Dilligaff. What did Dilligaff end up becoming? Can't remember. Yeah, there's 8 oils, 8 butters. Because if you look at the oils at $20 a piece, that was $106. So $320 in product, plus wash and conditioner, plus gummies, plus a shirt, and the box, and the backstage pass. And I'm sure there were some stickers and stuff in there. And
oh yeah.
so yeah, I guess for the market value at the time, $250. Now I couldn't do that now. I mean, I wouldn't charge $250 for anything, unless it was worth a lot more than that, right?
I think if we did a box, everything would just be at pretty much at cost, and I don't know, we'll have to price that out.
Yeah. Because so it's 96. You're looking at 192. $192 for 8 oils and butters. So it would be under $250. So I would probably, if what we had now, if that was a launch box, I'd probably do it for like $160. 150, 160. If it came with a shirt, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Because it
Yeah.
was a special price. It was, get this, be the first to get it, get the whole thing.
Right.
Yes, and the fortune cookies was one of my favorite things we did. Some of them had the message inside was an actual special discount code.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Which
remember that.
and I had never seen anybody do that, and I kind of had like the idea, like
That's one of the times I
a
went
lot
up.
of musicians love Chinese food and fortune cookies. You know me so.
That's when I went down to your place. I remember he had a giant bag full of, or was it a box?
Yeah.
It's full of fortune cookies. The whole thing.
It was in a box, and I had a bag, but I also had 8 cases of fortune cookies at the house because I ordered a bunch of regular fortune cookies, and then I ordered custom ones, and I just put them in a big container, mixed them up. So when I grabbed it to put it in the order, I didn't know what you were getting. So you're getting either, an actual fortune with lottery numbers, or you're getting a discount code.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's a good idea too. Like one of those old. I know exactly what he's talking about. Those little like carriers, and like sometimes you have milk bottles in them, but you put your Coke bottles in them. They're like a harder, kind of like the version of the paper 6-pack case they do now for Coke sometimes. But
that's gonna end up costing more if you get something like that.
Yeah, but you would if you do something special like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can also create a box that looks like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I liked it. Yeah, Ruckus did say you were rad. Stay rad on it. Yeah, you're rad. Stay rad. So, the Heinous family, Liz, her daughter. Oh, why can't I remember Mr. Heinous? Sam. They sent me a whole gift box and included the white marker for me to sign all the boxes for Ruckus to sign it.
Okay.
If someone mentioned it and think like, "Oh, you should sign it," I'm like, well, I don't have a white marker. I have to go get one, and boom! Next thing you know, 3 days later, I have a package of stuff in the mail. Yeah, I will tell you during the Alley Cat days, even the Chesapeake days, my customers, for the larger part, were very well receptive and welcoming and showed me love. And I don't know if some of it was because they felt compelled, since I was very giving and like always doing things for others. So I didn't know if they were like just doing that. So I felt the same thing that I gave to people. Like I had that same kind of emotion.
Right.
But I did like getting that package from the Heinous family was very sweet. Like there was my favorite candies in there. There was a shirt. Her daughter made me a sign. Like there was a swear jar box for every time I swore I had to put money in there. Because they thought it was funny because their daughter was young at the time. Like, he says this bad word all the time, Mom. And so I would tell her, like, all right, I won't say the bad word. And then if I filled it up, I bought her something with it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good system.
Yeah. And was it Dan B bought me a shirt and a hat? Because I was collecting all the different hats at the time. 'Cause I have a bunch of hats.
Right.
Mark tries to send me stuff, but I always tell Mark, don't send me nothing, dude. I said, if someone sends it because they get the return address on the package and just sends it to me without me knowing, can't control that. But you're saying you're going to say, don't. I always tell people, don't save your money on yourself. I don't like people spending money on me. But surprise gifts, I do appreciate it. It's not that I don't appreciate it. I just would prefer you to use the money on yourself. I'm a very, I must say, very hard person to please. Like, I love, and this isn't tooting a horn, I love helping people. Like, I've been like that my entire life. I love being able to do for others, but I hate when people do it for me. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, right? You would think, I know my love language is giving. I've known that for years. And like, even my wife, like, she's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, nothing. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing. Well, the kids want to give you something. It's like, I don't want anything. Let's go out. Like this birthday, we went and did the indoor go-kart racing.
Right.
Because it was something they wanted to do and it's fun for them. You know what I mean? So I used my birthday day to make sure they had fun. I had a good time too, spending with my family. Don't get me wrong. But we never would have done that if it was like their idea to take me for that. I'd been like, no, save your money.
I know even going out to eat with you is like, it's difficult because you're always trying to pay all the time.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, you let me pay this weekend, fool.
Yeah. It's like you got to like grab that check way before Gary moves a muscle. because
That's why I bought you that. That's why I bought you that Dubai.
I knew I was
chocolate
like,
bar.
God damn it.
Because that was probably the same, if not more, than what your lunch was. I don't know what the bill was because I didn't get to see it, but yeah, I am quick too. So we went out with. So it was after one of my boys' soccer games. So we went out. The coach and his wife, me, my wife, my two boys, our friend, her daughter, her son. We went out to eat, and I grabbed the bill and I paid for the whole thing. And they're like, no, no, no. So they all ended up Venmoing money
Mm.
because I've had to Venmo them money before for other things. So they had my info.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, why did you do that? First of all, you Venmoed way more than what your food costs. Second of all, I told you I got it. Like, I'm not going to pay the bill if I'm not comfortable paying the bill. Right.
Right.
But especially if I invite you to come eat, I'm expecting me to pay for that bill. Right. And I had times like there was times before I had a friend growing up who's still a friend of mine that we'd go out and I'm not have money and he would basically like if I eat, you eat. And I've always been like that too.
Yeah.
If I'm eating, you're eating. So I don't, you know what I mean, even if I don't have the money, I still take care of it. You know what I mean? Like I'll figure it out. Right. So and I do my kids that way too. Like I always make sure they have before I have.
Yeah. We're like that too. When me and my wife go out in a group, we just we figure out like how much to Venmo. We're always Venmoing because nobody carries cash anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
You
I
know?
don't carry cash.
But what's cool now, like a lot of the restaurants and people who have gone out to eat, they notice like they have like a tablet on the tables now.
Yep.
And
you can split the bill.
you can split it, divide it up, pay for the whole thing, and it's like you don't even have to get the waiter for it either. I love that. I love
You know what's good about those? That makes it easier for me to pay the bill without you realizing I paid the bill.
I love not waiting for the waiter. I love to everyone. We're good. We finish eating. Good. Pay for it and just leave. I don't have to talk to nobody. I don't have to sign anything. I don't have to do any math. Like it's all there, figured out for you. And I love that.
And it's got the little wheel to figure out.
I love that.
CE, I don't carry cash because have you ever called the bank to cancel that $20 bill you just lost or got stolen?
Right.
It's hard to do.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
I never carry cash. Never.
Yeah. And I don't carry cash. Like I say, I have more than one card for different accounts. So if I lose one or one breaks, I have a backup. But if I lose my wallet in general, then yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Usually you can use your phone now. Sometimes you can tap your phone to pay.
I have my phone. I have on my phone. I can pay for everything on my phone. Yeah, I had the same $5 bill in my pocket for like the past I don't know how long. It's probably a month now. I never use it.
What's been in your wallet longer, the condom or the $5 bill?
I don't use those anymore. I haven't used those in I don't know. Jeez.
At least twice in your life.
It's got to be close to like 15 years since I used one of those.
Okay, new topic. But
I wouldn't even know what to do with it now. I'll be all fumbling. I'm like,
right, you can never have cash. You never have to give your kids money. There you go.
that's right. Which is not true because even though you don't have cash, like you can pay for things online with, what I'm saying? Like today we got hit up for $10 for a game that my son plays. And just logged in and transferred the money right over. So they still get the money. They still get it.
Yeah.
Now we have like pocket change for the kids, like, for ice cream and stuff like that. So like there's always like at least $20-$30 in mixed bills. That's it as far as like money wise in the house. Because the ice cream truck comes to our front door. So they run out and they get ice cream,
Yeah, we don't have all that. Yeah. But all right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is after 8 o'clock. We all know Johnny G turns into a vampire at 8:30.
Right. Yeah.
His his coach is turning into a pumpkin.
As we speak.
The princess turns back to a mouse.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open.
Yeah. This mister has to get up at 2 a.m. for work.
I had a nap. I did. I napped before.
I had a nap after work today too.
And I passed out, and then I woke up, and my wife is looming over me. She's like, And then I woke up, I was like, and I got so scared.
Creeper.
Like, I said, "What's what?" And she was,
Creeper status.
she was just seeing if you're still breathing. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Watch my chest rise and fall.
They're like,
what
"Yeah,
do
come on, you're a nurse, you know these things." She's just checking out there. It's like this. It's like,
she has a pillow over your head. I'm seeing if you're still breathing. Ah.
I think she was trying to kill me. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Good night. Yes, retro crew. Good night. Peak crew, the peakers who are still here from before. You know, we love you all. So yeah, thanks for joining. Well, next week, we will have the launch of Harvest.
Yes.
We'll have that ready. So we will see you next week. I'll be in Virginia Beach for sand soccer tournaments, getting sunburnt while my sons play soccer. Jonnie will be getting white girl wasted at the club.
No, I'm going to New Jersey's Renaissance Festival.
Oh,
Renaissance Fair. I'm going to Renaissance.
you like that stuff. You dress up
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. We
And you say, huzzah, gigantically boobed one. Yeah. I always tell we go to Renaissance Fair in Arizona, I'd be like, come hither, gigantically boobed one, to my wife. Shut up, you're so stupid.
This time I'm going with the kids, so there's not going to be a lot of like mead drinking or anything like that.
You know, I've never had meat. That's the
It's
story.
good. It's good. It's honey wine. It's really good.
Yeah. I know what it is. I just never had it.
And the beer, they're big on wine, mead, and beer. So like, this time it's not that kind of Ren Fair this time because we're bringing the kids with us, and like I'm not gonna be doing that with the kids around and stuff like that because I need to be like alert and vigilant. So
all right, well you stay alert. Ellie's got the poop emoji, and Josh is going ah. But everybody have a great week. We'll see you next week. In the meantime, thank you. I mean, all I can say is thank you. I appreciate those who do show up and hang out with us, who've been making orders.
it's fusion.
Nothing but love. Like, yeah, you warm my little black heart. All right, Jonnie.
Have a good
Tell
one.
them bye. Tell the kids bye, Jonnie.